Alright guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do One Sim Future. This is issue number 2 from Boom Studios by Kieron Gillen, Dan Mora, Tamara Bonvillain. Great name again. We're going to dive in right away because, well, something happened in the last issue. Let's say this is about they're tapping into the mythology of King Arthur and such. Maybe with some twists here and there. But I'm intrigued, and this issue is getting better. This is, I believe, Duncan. I believe that's his name, and he's the protagonist. He is being held at gunshot. Is it so? Gunpoint. Sorry, not gunshot. Gunpoint by his grandmother, who is basically a monster hunter or some of sorts. It's a little bit dabbled in mystery. I like that. And Duncan doesn't really like that she is, pointing a gun at him, but she also likes the fact that it makes him a little bit helpless here and there, and also a little bit desperate. But he says, "Hey, this is difficult. I don't understand anything." So he's got a lot of questions about what's happening around him. Watch my last video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, right? So they go into a place, and she's basically now speaking in riddles. She says, "It's still witching hour. They have crossed over to try and use the scabbard. We will too." And so they're basically crossing over somewhere, I guess. And this looks super cool. I mean, look at this floating, well, whatever they are in this. Whatever that is, looks great. And he looks at it. "Don't stare at the unearthly demon ladies, it's rude. And don't mind us ladies of the lake." Multiple ladies? And why does she call them demons, right? And she says, "We're looking for wolves." But then there is this other party that wants to resurrect King Arthur. And this guy is just, I don't know, talking to Elaine. He says, "We do have a king in here." And she's looking at, I believe, her son's photo. I mean, that's the only guess I can make. And this guy is not happy that she's constantly being distracted, but she has an answer for that, right? And then they found the once and future king. And wait a minute, let me do something with the lighting here. This is probably a little bit better when it comes to resolution. I like this. This is very dark, and then it gets a little bit lighter, but it's also gloomy and dark here. So they found what they were looking for, but then Granny here. The lighting is still not good. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, how about this? This should be better. So she says to Duncan, "Hey, I don't need to point a gun at you anymore. I'm going to give you a weapon. I never shot anything before." "Yes, because you're a good boy. Don't worry, it's easy." She's a little bit quirky. "Safety off, point dead, nothing to it." And she says, "Step carefully. We need to be quiet. Mind that rock." We come to that a little bit later. She says, "I can hope we can stop them." But then this is happening immediately. I think, oh, this is cool. So the king rises. It's been resurrected, or it resurrected itself, or maybe there was some kind of a seal that they broke, and he's now also regenerating, and people are panicking, right? And even Granny's not happy, and he speaks in some kind of a language. He says, "What's that? It sounds Welsh." "Not exactly. It's likely Brittonic, like Old Brittonic. He should align to us eventually. We're here to serve you. We want to be your knights," he says. But then, hey, what is he doing? And he's generating or conjuring a sword. Swords. Whoa, the sword in a stone. A sword in some stones. A buried sword. So, like I said, she is saying some very mysterious stuff, assuming there is more to this legend that we probably all know than it actually is. But still, it's a legend. There's books written by many people about, King Arthur and such and his adventures. So basically, Boom Studios and this creative team is doing their own shtick. And I like that, And So this guy says, what does he want? He's a king. You want to be his knights. So they have to kneel. And Duncan says, hey, maybe we should go in and blasting. And says no. And then because we're getting stabbed, right? So the king does this, cuts him, well, still regenerating, licking the wounds and its blood. And he says, Anglo-Saxon. He doesn't like that. And he cuts him in half. This looks great. And Duncan said, I don't understand. Well, King Arthur fought a bunch of foreign invaders. It's true. Now, before we go a little bit further, now, while this looks good, I'm not a big fan of digital stuff much. And although this is not all too bad, but I rather don't have, I don't know, digital blood. I rather have, blood spatters that looks been drawn just like everything else on the page, except the coloring. Personal choice. I think this looks fine, but I think they are going overboard with the coloring and the photoshopping and modern comics nowadays, or newer comics, maybe I should say something like that. But this is fine. It's just a little bit nitpicking for me. I just like traditional art and not everything being taken over. So everybody's going nuts, shooting the king. But those invaders, they were Anglo-Saxons. He is very much for Britain, for the British. That doesn't include them. But she is not moving. She holds up her hand while he's dealing with the others. And she knows this woman. Do you know her? And then he licks its blood. And it seems that he says, you come to pay homage to the true king of Britain, Celt. Who is she? She used to work with me. She's someone who should know better. And then she's speaking to the king about, they also need soldiers, by the way, but I brought you bodies, suitable bodies. These are warriors. Kingdom must start somewhere. So he says, rise, Gawain, probably Old British, I guess. And also armor is rising up. And yeah, he has now his personal zombie army. And he says, we need to expand our army. And he says, where's Merlin? He should be here. So the woman says, he's lost. I couldn't find him. I found you. I, Elaine, will advise you. The land is sick. The king and the land are as one. I have a boy who would be knight. Is she talking about the boy that she just looked into? What is this? What is this thing? This thing? I don't know the English word for it. Pendant, maybe? I don't know. And Granny is not happy about that. She says, my Galahad, he can bring the grail to you. She's made a Galahad. So she says, we need to get out of here, right? He said, what is a Galahad? Sorry for the bad resolution. Worst case scenario, end of the world, or maybe just the end of the world of living in. But then, remember, then you should put your feet a little bit higher, not kicking rocks. Well, it's too late now. So he says, do we start shooting now? Why not, dear? It can't make it any worse. Listen to the next issue. Pretty cool. Nice cliffhanger too. Yeah, and that we go to issue number 3. This is not issue number 3, this is issue number 1. But I have the whole collection. I believe there is 30 books. So if the interest is there, we're going to do, everything, right? So, guys, let me know in the comments what you think about it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.